Hey everyone, I'm Very Games, and this is going to be a quick build of what I've actually come to find is one of the most amazingly fun builds you can possibly have in PvP, especially in Mayhem, where it just makes all kinds of bullshit happen. Alright, I'm calling this one Area Denial because that's what it does. It takes your enemy and it bullshits through them. To start off with, it's the Sunsinger class, which I honestly believe is becoming my favorite. It relies on the Solar Grenade, the Focus Burst, because you can actually have terrible agility, but that little boost whenever you jump and do this completely makes up for it, so you can actually get away with having a really decent move speed and shit agility, so it makes up for that, and you can throw everything into armor and recovery, which is nice because you're gonna need it. You're basically a suicide bomber, and it is awesome! Now, what you want to do is have it so that you have Touch of Flame, so all your grenades ignite your enemies and cause damage over time. That is very important. Then you want to have Viking Funeral so that anything that it's ignited takes more damage and burns longer. This will then make it so that when someone steps into your grenade, they're going to take more damage. They're going to burn for longer, and they're just going to ignore it because a lot of players I found, except for the very high-end players, they'll walk through a solar grenade and they'll just completely ignore it because once it explodes, they think, oh, grenade is done. It's just one of those odd little effects that I've noticed and I love taking advantage of. Now, what really makes this build so good, though, is this thing right here, the Exotic Gauntlets Sunbreakers. Oh, man, these things, you don't have to do anything to them. Just put them on immediately, doesn't matter the level in PvP, but the ability to increase the duration of the solar grenade, which means that people can stand it, do more damage, and then have that extended longer with the different abilities you have up, like Viking Funeral. And then it gives you an additional one, so you can charge them really fast and always have a spare. You're just going to be cycling out. Now, what you got to remember, though, to make this really viable, you have to have high discipline. I've put on things that are not nearly as good for me because they have good discipline. As long as you have maxed out discipline, you're going to always have a couple grenades on you. And when you go to Radiance, you're going to have grenades everywhere. You could literally turn the area generalized around you into a giant solar flare because nothing will live in it. You're just going to drop 3 in a round, and that damage will compound onto the enemies. And people will just die when they go to assault you. You don't even have to hit them. You just have to hit the general area where they think they're going to be, and people will die. Or you can set yourself up as an artillery barrage in one of the bigger maps and just throw them out to an area where you know it's usually a good place you kind of think the enemy's shooting from. Arc them over the cover, drop them in, and they will just die. Not to mention, this also forces enemies that know what they're doing to move around you, so you might be able to control the battlefield if you're in that situation. In most cases, though, a lot of people will run into it, they won't realize what's going on, and if you've even shot them like 1 or 2 times, that's usually enough for this to take them out over time, because it will delay the damage, it will keep their shield from coming back, so it just works well, and it's fun, because there is nothing more amazing than having someone with a really good build and a really aggressive stance, and they're awesome, and you throw a grenade at their feet where they're going to stand, when they're chasing after you, and then you just run away, they run through the grenade, completely ignore it. In a few seconds, they're gone. No big deal. They're alive. But then their health just keeps chipping down. All you have to do is shoot them maybe like 2 or 3 times with a small weapon. Not even something to kill them. Like an auto rifle, just get 3 hits. And keep running. That should be enough for them to die. And sometimes if they're tightly packed, or if they're in tight quarters, you're going to get a lot of multi-kills. And it is awesome. Just, it denies the area of anyone who knows how it's working, and it will just massacre anyone who doesn't. It is so freaking fun. Now, I will mention, this is good in general PvP, but in Mayhem, like, oh, dear God. Because they make it so much worse, you're going to have a grenade every couple, not even every couple seconds. Every second, you're going to have one charging and one that's already charged up. You are going to be throwing so many that you could easily turn someone's entire area of the field into a death trap. And it is glorious. Just try this. It is one of the most satisfying things you could possibly do for a Warlock, and you won't regret it. It is just so incredibly fun. I'm just going to go do it now, actually, but hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hope it helps, and seriously, just do it. It's truly worth it. Alright. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any other ideas of fun things to do, or if there's any secret weapons I've missed besides the 3 I know that came out in Taken King, There might be more, and we just haven't found them yet, or they're just being dicks and haven't released them. Bungie. I still remember what they did with that stupid pulse rifle. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. What was it again? No time to explain? Yeah, no time to explain. Alright, that's enough for that one, though. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Later.